I'm here with Calvin Evans. Welcome.
Thank you.
So how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Now, what do you do?
I'm the HR operations manager. I'm also on the Washington County Workforce Development Board.
Okay, that's Human Resources HR.
Yeah, HR, Human Resources,
Uh-huh.
and operations manager for Urban Ashes. But I'm also on the Washington County Workforce Development Board. I'm a violence intervention specialist, and I'm a public speaker.
Well, that's a lot. Tell me, how did you get started with Urban Ashes?
Well, I was released from prison approximately 2.5 years ago after serving 24 years.
Really? You look 24.
Thank you. So after serving 24 years, I was released from prison, but prior to my release, I was wondering how was I going to make the transition to society. And I read an article said that Washington County had the best reentry program in the state of Michigan. So I got with my uncle, I got with the reentry program there, and I figured out how I would get into Washington County reentry program.
Right.
And through there, I worked for a company called WorkSkill Corporation that actually employed the labor force for Urban Ashes. Yes.
And so you've been with Urban Ashes how long?
Approximately since I've been out of
Two and
prison,
a-
March,
two-
March, yeah,
two-
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yes.
Okay, how do you like it?
Oh, I love it. It's given me the opportunity to kind of like be the face of what it is that we can be after incarceration.
Right, and what more people can be like.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
your job, when you're in human resources,
Yes.
which means
That I do the hire and fire, basically.
ooh. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Well, you must be great because they must really trust you. Well, too, because you have insight into that.
Exactly. So my idea prior to getting out is like there was money being made off of those of us who are incarcerated, and
Yes.
people were saying that we couldn't get jobs. And I'm like, if everybody else is making money off us, how do we make money off ourselves?
Right.
And so I wanted to develop a program that actually provided the wraparound services that would help an individual to make the transition from prison to society and be like the linkage between businesses, impact organization who has the funding for these ex-felons as well as the ex-felon, because they're not connected. So I wanted to connect these things, and Urban Ashes gave me the opportunity to do that.
Excellent. You've been really thinking about this.
Yes.
Right. So what do you think of the symposium?
Oh, I think it's lovely. It's diverse, and it's diverse from a number of different perspectives. You got one of the things that I took note of immediately is like, in spite of you have these CEOs, you have people that are in these grassroots organizations that are trying to figure out how to actually help the community. And I feel that the only way that you can help the community is you have people that are in the community involved in the process.
Absolutely.
So that's what the symposium has.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, are you living here in Detroit, or you still in?
Of course.
Okay, okay. Of course. You're from Detroit?
Yes.
Oh, of course, of course.
It's hard for me to leave Detroit.
I know, I know, I know, I know. Well, if you could fix one thing in this city, what would it be?
The robberies or the crimes at the gas station. I hate it.
Well, that's very salient.
Safety.
That's a good point. Safety.
Safety. We have to have safety in our urban areas. I want my children to be able to walk to school, walk to the store.
Absolutely.
They should be able to enjoy life without being numb to all the violence that are going on.
Right, right. That you got to constantly look
Look over
behind.
your shoulder. And
Right.
children don't know how to do that. Let a child be a child.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what are some of the things you've learned since you've been with Urban Ashes? Some of the things you've learned.
Well, one of the things that I learned, one of the key things that I learned is that, like, in order to be effective, it takes community, a networking of people. You have to deal with a diverse group of individuals. So it's not specific to this section. You know, you have to reach out and grab everyone and get their ear.
Well,
Don't accept no for an answer.
right, right. You work closely with Mr. Hickman?
Yes, very closely.
Oh, that's good, good, good. Now, what do you think? Well, I kind of asked him this, but maybe you're thinking in the future. What is an idea? Do you have an idea for a business that would help improve urban life, some aspect of urban life?
So, on the Washington County Workforce Development Board, what my responsibility is to help individuals who are chronically unemployed or that come from the ex-felon labor pool. So my idea is, as I was indicating to you before, is to be the linkage of those individuals to the business and have those business train those individuals, but also have mentoring. So it'll be a peer-to-peer mentoring without the business to help people understand the workforce. So I think scalable employment is necessary, and how you obtain scalable employment is by teaching someone a skilled trade.
Well, I'm very impressed with you. Very, very impressed with you. You've thought it out, and I think you have a great future. And the sky is the limit.
Yes, it is.
Right, and like you said, safety, and of course, doing the linkages.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you
Appreciate
sitting
you as
down
well.
with me.